it's the same deal. Donk, bad first map. You'd fathom it impossible that it could happen indeed twice. They just came off of a convincing win over Liquid on this map. Mo, do Spirit go home?
I don't know, man. It's obviously possible. I think based on what we saw yesterday, we are going to get Astralis' lack of depth in their map pool exposed at some point. I can't help but believe Spirit will still come back into this game because they have a Dust 2, because we know that they can play better than they did on Ancients. For Astralis, there's no guarantees with this debut so far. And
there we go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm going to bet on Spirit as a known quantity in that sense. But I'm going to keep an open mind as well.
Of course, right? It's just, it's a little...
It's like I believe in the Astralis project, just not yet in terms of like, well, can they win a tournament? I think I could see them winning one day. That's about as promising as I can give it to them. Well, final. That'd be more than impressive.
Trying to capitalize with the flashbang, but still empty-handed here, the Danes. And they fall back as bomb is undeniably going down. Nice couple of P250 long-range frags from HEREl. And Spirit taking this series to Dust 2 off of the convincing win over Liquid. But honestly, you look back at their last 5 Dust 2s, it's been pretty hot and cold, right? Big win over Liquid, big loss versus Na'Vi. As you'd expect, a win over Imperial, but very tight games versus Falcons and Complexity. Complexity ended up being that loss. So there has been this back and forth in Spirit's ability on this map specifically. It's just their most recent map was so convincing yesterday. I'm glad that they are able to take that confidence and try to roll forward with it.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of feels like signs of some kind of recession. It's a strange team for me because it's a system that was a rare opinion because a lot of people felt like their system's there, Shiro's there. And in some ways, he's been correct in terms of their more recent games, which I didn't really see that coming. I thought the system would be able to survive Dunk a bit more. I thought Shiro could end up in top 5 this year. And I think we're getting worrying signs from Zontix, who was just so promising right around Katowice. It's just, in the first half of the year, my problem with Spirit was that they seemed fragile. I was definitely saying that mentally they could just fall apart on day one of events. I think I was definitely right about that. That was uncomfortable for people to say, like, oh, Spirit could just collapse, but they definitely did a couple of times. We saw Copenhagen, Cologne.
Yeah, I think Copenhagen major playoffs was sort of the first real worrying sign of like a Zontix fall off.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, his promise was so real at the start of the year. He definitely propped up Donk well.
One more piece of that is James in a YouTube video explaining Spirit. He's like, everyone in Chopper system can kind of turn their brain off on T-side a little bit because everything is mapped out before they start the game, which means it's actually a great way to individually shine on the roster because everyone knows how the rounds are going to go from start to finish. So that sort of gives Donk less of an excuse when you get, the maps like we saw just now.
Right, yeah.
He had opportunities. He just wasn't good enough. And that's something we haven't had to say about him since 2023,
or the anomaly that was that elimination game versus G2 and Cologne.
Yeah.
So easy to jump to conclusions coming off of, the first half of the year, out of the player break. We kind of feel like we know where all the narratives and storylines are going to end up. We're kind of talking about putting a little bow on 24 and handing out our awards and whatnot. But now all of a sudden, one of the big players in the space in Spirit.
I mean, the last aggro rifler besides like Nico, to do what Donk has done as an opening player, an entry fragger, is like Olaf Meister. Before that, it was the greatest riflers were all lurkers. It was Coldzera, it was Get Right, it was Flusha. They were the top stats performers. So the most amazing thing about Donk is that he's doing this from the front. In some ways, Donk is in his own lane.
True. Trying to carve out a piece of history. As we are very much only flipping through his first pages. A couple pieces of util added around the Scout of Astralis this round, but nothing to come of it. Sorry, device. Nothing there for you, buddy. I swear if he hits one of these.
He's got the right idea.
I wish I was that confident.
Oh. One tag.
Pistol damage for 20, but it's a big pack of players, bomb included.
A-side is correct.
Yes, sir. Get on up. So the Galil can just stick around in lower tunnels. Back given over. Oh, it's a little ugly. Now the gun's empty. There's another tunnel player in Zontix. Magic's going to get into the fray. Should be good. Yeah, Zontix, clean up duty alongside Magic's. That's everybody else dead. Just one cat.
Two teams that are kind of vying for that #1 position outside of Na'Vi. Just really feels like it comes down to the day.
Presumably HEREl with a second smoke. No, not even. Just the one. Trying to get out. There we go. One and done. Zontix, good trade frag. And again, that smoke grenade here thrown out by HEREl from outside of tunnels. Goes deep through the doors and makes sure nobody can even take a glance into that bomb site.
Okay, if there's the one problem about Astralis' CT side now that I'm remembering, it was the mid-Bs and the B site in general. Stair looked a little bit uncomfortable there. We just saw Stair play incredibly well on the T side of Ancient in the last map, but when he's playing B side on Dust 2, watch for moments where he's like way too passive, because the way that nades are designed on the attacks of the PT side, if you don't try to find a way in between two flashes to get a kill, or throw your nade down as they're exiting and swing with it, you're gonna lose. You cannot hold an angle in the back of the site. We saw what happened to Snacks on Dust 2. We saw what happened to Stair yesterday when an off-angle aggressive kill before you go passive.
Just off the mark there, Device. Op rings out. Corner smoke blown open as the car position's held by Cadian, and he's going forward on it. Not too far off the mark. That flash was very good. Stunned Spirit for a second. HEREl is in this pack to try and be that counter pick. He's also carrying the bomb for the time being. And a passive Device awaits any kind of step over towards the platform. Who picks up this duel? See if they wait for the smoke to fade, and then he tries to take a deeper angle. Device still just kind of shifting between boxes, and off the flash, they go for the peek. A lot of potential spray here down that straight, narrow wall.
Yeah, they're trying to catch him coming up, but, well, Snout expands, and they're looking for him slightly, but...
They already mollied it. Oh, and then he catches him off guard. No, he can't. Get a second. Missed off shot. HEREl does clip the wings of Device, and Jabby sends one back through smoke. That Opera's position is...
Look for Magic's.
Reestablished by Cadian.
Oh, he's coming long, actually. 29 seconds.
Taking over from where Device fell. Cadian is very much in here on the site. Another smoke for the cross thrown out by HEREl. It's Cadian up versus Chopper. Oh, it's the ramp player to keep his head down. Takes a dink and survives. Gets cleared out by Stair as Jabby goes deep. And can he stop the bomb as it gets scooped up by Magic's? If it gets dropped now, HEREl surely can't find him. Jabby, he gets it at the perfect moment. And the off shot rings out, but nothing HEREl can do.
Had the chance to refrag, though, as we saw.
Yep, goes for the left swing on the top of the car. One chance, and he misses it. A lot of tricky moments in that round from multiple individuals on Astralis. From the Stound car play, to Cadian taking up the position that Device died in, to then Jabby just buying the perfect amount of time. Cheeky.
Yeah, that was really nice from Astralis, because they tried to do the flash retake where you catch the T's walking up the wall, and they didn't see anybody there. So at least they got some positional compensation with Stound getting to car after they had mollied it. Spirit did a good job of waiting, but then they got tricked. A's definitely light again. Gotta watch for when Astralis don't use mid to their advantage. Now, of course, stacking in this position is nice when you mid B. Oh, Stound shoots a little bit too early.
Yeah, when shadow advantage goes wrong.
I think the stack is better than the way they were stacking yesterday, where they've got 3 in the B site. So if Spirit get the info and they don't see anybody here, maybe they want to take advantage of this. Based on the rounds we saw yesterday as well, I mean, I wouldn't expect them to have 3 in B. So we'll see if Spirit commit up cat. It looks like they're going to.
20 seconds, man. Coming down to the wire again. Multi-frag potential here for Cadian or for Stown. The two defenders in position, and with the first pick, he supports him with the flash. Oh man, 8 on the clock, and they haven't even crossed Stown dead off ramp. There's no time.
Wow, they actually can't plant. That's a complete breakdown here from Spirit.
HEREl had the bomb the whole time, sat back in the...
But they actually had no chance to win, even right before Donk swings and gets both kills.
It's a 4-2 lead still, but there are some warning signs apparent here for Spirit. They'll go back to the long control with certainty.
Usually rounds like that are wake-up calls. Huh? You see that, you know it was your own fault. Like, we're going to move faster this time.
Kind of have to ask yourself, like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Like, are we the favorites or not?
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
A little embarrassment to fuel the fire as the smoke is still there. They're crossing over, but this is a heavily stacked site from ASTRALIS. But this crossover, I mean, Cadian with a nade out could very well get clipped. Yeah, he doesn't anticipate them being this far up already.
Oh, missed shot.
Jabby's going to try to throw his hat into the ring. 2 more players to cross over. That's now 3 for Spirit on site, and this support from HEREl, top car. Smoke all over as he can't find vision on anything. Oh, it's right there though. Wins the head-to-head against Device. Jabby still unable to get into the engagement, and HEREl's just finding him all over the place. 2 kills from him. Stown down to 4 health, over towards mid, cleaned up, and Jabby in the same place he won his clutch from. Now 5 players all around him, and so the...
Took a loss to learn the lesson, but they've got a decent half already.
Dinky pistols here for ASTRALIS, trying to make that flash, make magic happen, but there has been a real certainty for Spirit on long. This pack of players always ready for the corner fight, and this time it goes down smooth, nice and easy. Good track, an entirely different person. You know, maybe he's sick of being boxed into this personality that you've created for him longer.
Is this Abrams using Punchy McPuncherson?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe.
You know, he is basically a turret, so
Yeah.
shout out McGinnis.
Speaking of that, Device.
Another turret
Yeah.
on the op. Down goes Chopper. Little variation in the long play with stair top blue box. This one's got the makings of a B hit, which we haven't seen tested for a few rounds.
I don't know if they switched something up, but we've got Stair on long this game. I think he did play 1 round in B, but even then, Jabby was also with him. Jabby down to no nades here, so he's going to move himself to Hummer. Relies on some support here from Device. It's all about timing.
Oh, missed shot, but Jabby backs turn to him. Can't manage a multi-frag from that one. Oh, missed door smoke gives Device a perfect chance to strike one down.
They're coming through.
It's a double man advantage off that one.
Lurk.
Down pressing out, catches the bomb planter, gets around that pillar. Sontic's able to respond back, 35 to the clock. Scoops up bomb and fakes once. Does it elicit a push? It's that Cadian Device double op setup that we saw cost them certain rounds yesterday. Oh God, he doesn't finish the kill, so inevitably swept away. And Spirit may have planted, but ASTRALIS take a round.
Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. That defense, I mean, that's the one position left for Jabby to play is when you have no utility, it's great. You go to...
And you're unfit. HEREl looking for that early presence. Whoa, okay, Donk's just gonna get sidelined.
Yeah.
Very confident swing on a stair.
Went for it.
For someone who was 3 and 6. And then they go ahead into the boost. I like that. Making the most of your opening mid-play. And honestly, with 3 players top tunnels, you know eventually they're coming down here, so this is a... Oh, God, get your gun out. Put that op back up. Oh, God.
Have they been playing spawns this half? Feels like ASTRALIS positions are changing drastically every single round. I like that, though.
A little fluidity. Nice shot from Device. Finds Magix as he's hopping around. Double man advantage off that one, and instantly coming forward to support Stair. Very active again, from the Stair wide swing to the Device boost to Device in mid doors, now back to more cat attacks. Definitely keeping the pressure on Spirit, and we've seen what happens when they get into an awkward late round. That clock suddenly becomes their 6th opponent. 25 on the clock. They walk 2 players out mid, but Chopper has the bomb, right? Chopper has the bomb going solo up cat. And as they cross paths nearly in CT spawn, Stairs looking to strike one down, but if Device isn't careful on sight, well, Chopper could have got him. Instead, Jabby activates, flanks from...
Know what it's going to do. Like, that goes beyond the players that it hosts. Oh, wow. He's still, sometimes in those moments, it's like...
Oh, yes, please. Oh, he had butts the smoke.
Oh, I see, yeah. That would have been...
If he catches him off, would have been cool. Sorry, you were saying something important?
No, not really. I mean, just there are moments where it's like it looks like there's one plan out of spawn. If it doesn't work, they still try it. And if they lose the players, then that's where you're like, Chopper, sometimes clever, sometimes not. Like, what's what's going on? Because there should be branching ideas, right? And low numbers plans as well. So
great chance for Chopper. Cadian's going to find HEREl in the background, but no way he expected that Tech 9 up close.
Here we go.
Little jump scare moment for Cadian to go back and forth with the ops. And he doesn't want that damn thing.
Magic's op was great yesterday. Double op T side here for Spirit. We're just going to throw that. Yeah.
Bomb gets chucked over. Dog's going to scoop it up. And these CT players kind of stuck down in their spawn, but a Molotov's going to interrupt the plant excellently. Chopper does indeed hit the shot, but Stown survives with a third of his health. Here comes the cat support.
Oh, he saw him.
Ready, time ticking, CT's push off the flash. Chopper finds another frag, but Zontic's here to lend that helping hand. And eventually Donk's going to plant. Eventually. This time the full commit and Spirit. This was supposed to be like some kind of big moment off Shiro's solo. Gotta tap back into that momentum. 8-4 would be a great place for Spirit to be in. Jabby again kind of changing positions, like you said, playing spawns, being fluid throughout this defensive half from ASTRALIS.
Oh, wow.
Nice kill from Zontix, but he gets traded immediately.
Still worth.
2 CTs pushing into the tunnels. Donk ready and waiting and chasing the Opper back into sight. Difficult position for Device. Gets gunned down by Magix, and it is looking like a very likely 8th to the board. But one missed shot from HEREl, so be it. It's Donk's off in the kill feed, baby. He can do it all. Stown, best of luck. 1v4 needed.
See it, second best op on ASTRALIS right here.
Oof, but doesn't get the shot. A solid half all in all. 8 rounds on the T side, a CT half that awaits them. At ASTRALIS, not looking like they are in a form to 2-0 just yet. But T side does too. Who knows?
Yeah, that's how they got their 4 rounds versus Vitality, so something there maybe.
Magix is tapping into that talent. 4 players with 9 frags for Spirit at the moment. HEREl can't quite connect to the heads. Has to dive behind boxes. Got lots of teammates right behind him to support. It's getting a little awkward. It's getting a little ugly. But we don't judge. We watch.
Yeah, everyone's just running out of ammo here, but it's favoring Spirit.
What the hell? Rubber bullets.
Bomb on the ramp. I mean, Jabby can turn this around, jumps up on the box, hits some 2 nice headshots, gets them to fall back a little bit. They're all in the open, so it's still winnable here for ASTRALIS. Oh, triple swing coming in.
CT's decided to stay out here in the open ground. Jabby still yet to make his move.
Can Glocks run out of ammo? Is that realistic?
No,
not at all. But Donk, well, he was down to his last 20 bullets or so.
16.
Okay. How many? Okay, of course, he hit it, yeah.
At least he clears Jabby off the ramp, down to 8 shots, 5 bullets. Donk with 3 left in the mag, but there's a gun on site when needed.
2.
But he only needs 2.
True, 2 left, 2 bullets. Donk, have at it. This is the most bullets ever shot in a pistol round in history.
I don't know. This was not a pretty round to watch. There was a lot of missed shots this time around.
And Donk?
This is feeling like a Star Wars trilogy. 8 seconds, he'll die as he tries to...
Side, maybe ASTRALIS needs that one.
Okay. HEREl's still looking for revenge on Device for that ancient one-tap through smoke. Device going hunting down long, where at the moment only Magix is playing on site.
Their anti-eco mistake on Ancient was giving ASTRALIS way too much respect when they had worse guns.
Overstep slightly. The scout will tag you. You get stuck in the open and the pistols push forward because now they're close enough to do it. But Magix won't give that scout his angle. Playing it down to near perfection. Does step out, does get tagged. And as ASTRALIS had kind of put into position, an easy cleanup for the pistol. But Sight very much belongs to Spirit. Scout very much stuck on plat. We still have time to play this one out, as Donk's confidence keeps him in the duel. And HEREl's here to help out, so all's good as the A1S connects to the head.
Series. All that matters in the end is the outcome of the series, because for Spirit, it would be elimination from the fall final following yesterday's loss to Liquid. And that's just, in terms of who's got more on the line right now, it's Spirit.
Yeah, 100%.
They can't afford another early exit from a tournament.
HEREl tries to slide up, but nicely timed by Stare, right in with the headshot. Donk calling for the long support as he posts a double.
There he is.
And he cleans it up. His gun's empty, Jabby's deagle's sharp, but Magic sliding into the site could go unnoticed. Jabby's more thinking about long, and yeah, nicely timed here from Magic's, slipping up quietly, and what you'd think is securing round 15. Zontix finds Katie and trying to creep it.
On paper, as well as a standout performance from Stare. But I think that won't be an anomaly. I think that's going to be a good position for him, for sure, going forward. The rest of the maps, though, who knows?
It's a missed shot out of HEREl as he gets tagged, but not enough to compromise him. Still confident enough to hold mid and topple Stare. Nice to see that this isn't going to be one of those G2 Cologne situations where Donk is just irrelevant throughout both maps of the series. Tried to really paint that picture and draw the parallel before this Dust 2 went live, but it is not the case. And not only a resurgence in Donk's performance, but Zontix is right there with him too, which after yesterday felt quite necessary. And seeing as this was a better T-side,
It's clear as T-side kills.
more T-side kills on Dust 2 than all 3 maps yesterday. Imagine that.
That's progress.
Donk's gonna sweep away the mid-play,
that's
and the rifle works so clean. Makes mincemeat of the pistol players. Cadian can find an opening, sure, but he doesn't even have the bomb, so can't go for that Hail Mary plant. This is going to be the 12th for Spirit.
Clips like that, and you're like, where was he? Like last map, like 40 minutes ago. You know how?
Like, how can that happen?
If you asked him, what would he say? What would he say?
4.
Yeah.
So undeniably a better day for the Danes already. But Mirage waiting in the wings to decide which of these teams continues to fight in Copenhagen and which of these teams heads home. Chopper trying to get a little rambunctious with a peek off Cat. He's dead. Jabby gets a bit of utility usage. At the moment, Donk is starting to look back towards middle, so Stare can't bite off more than he can chew. Working on his own at the moment, but he could also maybe draw one player into Device's scope. Position top middle.
I think actually Spirit have done quite well here, because they've got HEREl aggressively staring into long. There's Donk outside the door. Zontix, of course, always going to spot this now.
Bomb is down outside tunnels.
Yeah, that's actually crazy how far out they got. They still only see 2. And HEREl has guaranteed info that no one's inside of long right now.
Trying to close this second map off the 4v5.
And it's late. It's pretty late if they want to go back here, but they could pull off a lurk. A second smoke is huge for Spirit. Donk, I think, will soon re-clear in mid.
Banking on HEREl holding off long, but he gives up the door angle just as they start to cross out of it. Rumblings of the hit coming forward towards Magic's. He gets off the spam line, dodges the flash, turns back, wins the first duel.
Wait, no
Zontix
commitment.
catches the kill over towards tunnels. They see a bit of a rumbling towards mid, but it's really this long commitment spotted by Donk as he taps away on Stown. A 4v5, but bomb gets in, and nobody for Spirit can stop it. Cadian and Device joining forces in a 2v3 to make sure the Dust 2 fight doesn't stop just yet. Zontix, as we saw him shut a player down in tunnels, will not anticipate Device. Cadian trying to make something happen on long early, but no connection. And with that emphasis, we don't get one of these early chopper mid pressures as we've seen.
Last round was also assisted by the opening op kill from Device. That was last round, right? On Chop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That
peeked
helped
Cat.
out. Nice and early. Oh, they're going to walk into it right there.
HEREl not going to miss this one.
Yeah, same lurks that came out last time. They said, let's try that again.
It's because of how close they got for free. Ooh, nice response from Stair, but too many bodies for him to handle on his own. Magix with a double kill. Cadian locked in, won't be able to make anything happen. He dies to the USP, and Device is so desperate, and he gets in with one, but gets shut down. Total turnaround from Spirit between Ancient and Dust 2. We go Mirage as the resurgence from both Donk and Zontix means they're not going down just yet.
Salamat sa inyong panonood. Kung nagustuhan mo, i-like mo lamang ang ating video at mag-subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. Hit mo na din ang notification bell para updated ka sa bagong videos.